I am making this video as a protest against procrastination and perfectionism, and several other P words. This is my third take, and it will be the last one, because once again, I don't want to get lost in the weeds here. I am writing a book. I'm using a lot of precision, another P word, because I want to make sure that even if I misspeak and misrepresent myself, because these videos are unscripted, here in Domhnall's Corner, because I want to make sure that the various smaller topics that I might bring up through conversation are grounded in my overall philosophy. And gosh, I don't want to be... there's another P word that probably means what I'm thinking of, but it escapes me right now. Performative. There we go. I don't want to be performative other than performing being me, which is an action I don't put much effort into, which I guess is what makes it genuine. We're getting into the weeds here again, and that actually does tie in a little bit to what I'd like to make a video about today. I did take notes about performance in a different sense of the word, and about faith and religiosity. I've made a video forever ago with a different hairstyle and a different beard cut and all of that, about the practical purposes, the P's, they just keep coming, of faith in present day. If I weren't rebelling against perfectionism right now, you know that this would be like take 24. I have no idea how to edit. I will not learn. That is something I'm staying true to. Particularly in a secular sense, what can we learn from religiosity? Because I think that it is a very beautiful thing, even if it has been weaponized by various groups that more so are seeking hierarchical control, something that I'm opposed to. Anyway, so first things first, faith comes before everything else in terms of any religion. What is the sublime? What is the unsubstantiated here that is somehow more real because it's not real, because it's not substantiated, and has no scientific basis? But even science is based on a lot of epistemological convenient things that we go by. And I think that that's something that we just have to do. You cannot fully know something unless you become that thing entirely. And if you become that thing, you're not yourself anymore. So, well, except in the sense that we are always that thing. And this is the exact reason why it's taking me so long to write that book, because how do you make that digestible to the general public and then also understandable to academics, and like not waste their time with over-explaining, and then try to make it logically consistent as well as lost in the weeds. So this is a video about faith, first and foremost, because I think that everything is about faith, because I think we have to be fundamentally religious creatures, but in a secular sense, about action and about doing the right thing. So, faith leading to action. What can we learn? First of all, we can learn from religious communities about faith. We can learn about community. And this is a big thing about drama in the churches is a big deal. Who did what? Who's breaking the rules and all of that. But everybody's united under whatever it might be. And even in the events where folk are kicked out of various types of churches or looked down upon by the churches, there's always that aspect of we're all united in this system that has a goal, whether that be a river of Dharma or whether that be Sky God, Sky Dad. Community, taking all of the little things and focusing on the big things that need to be done and working on that specifically. And I think that we can agree that a big problem, most problems are caused economically, that what is standing in the way of the thing that I personally have faith in, which is the improvement, self-improving and loving and adapting human spirit that we have, that I wouldn't say is unique to humans, but hey, what else are we going to call it? I think we're the most primed to pursue human spirit, P words, than any other species. Best of luck to the crows and the dolphins. Gosh, I sound insane. That's a good look for me. Anyway, community, and that is decreasing profit influences that divide people in order to create hierarchical structures, which is not fun. And of course, we need hierarchies in order to operate. Our bodies require our heads and whatnot, but only so far as the body cannot work without the head. We cut parts of ourselves off a lot of the time just for fun that we don't need. Like, what do you call piercings, or like when you get things removed. Or you can read about anarchism separately, and there we go. There's the other 15 people lost. But if you believe that I'm as crazy as I am, that when I say I believe in the goodness of people, then I also must be pursuing goodness. Therefore, I'm a person that can be convinced of things. And that I might even be convinced to not hold crazy ideas. So thank you, those of you who believe that I'm insane, but also believe that my insanity is correctable. And that's not a medically precise term, because insanity means being unable to recognize the difference between right and wrong, which I'm provably able to do, or harmful and not harmful. Legally, it's really interesting. Insanity is less of a psychological definition and more of a legal definition. So, faith, community, and then what can we do as a community to pursue our faith? A lot of things, taking action. What is prayer? I think that prayer is expressing love through life, whether that be spreading the word about right things to do or getting involved in your community. And I want to say that in terms of communities that are pursuing the faith that I care about, please look into the industrial workers of the world. I just learned about them today. Please look into the 350 organization. They have a bigger name, but I'm involved with a branch of a branch of a branch right now. I'm still learning and growing. I gotta believe a lot in humanity to think that I'm gonna be able to make a difference, but I'm gonna keep on keeping on. So prayer, be active, get out there, have the faith that you can continue to learn and continue to be a perfectionist while also doing things and not regretting that you just stay and learn and learn and learn, and you have all of this knowledge that you're not able to do anything with. Two, specific like prayer-related focuses of religion, fasting. It started as a practical thing to begin with, a practical secular thing where we're farming, we don't know if we're going to have enough to get through this season. We had better fast to make sure that we're not going to die. But also, then the religious element came into it of purification. But when we think about giving up unnecessary things, it's something that we don't want to do in modern eras. It's not something that's pleasant. But saying that we are not defined by the things that we own, that we are not, that we are more important than what we're able to physically interact with, and that we're people, and that we want to build a better world, and to do that we're willing to give up on small pleasures, and just be able to enjoy what nature has in and of itself. I would never call for somebody who really needs something like medication or shelter to give that up, but I think that we can really reimagine what these things need to be and address on what is a real need versus what is not. And that's a very big thing that we can do to undermine the authoritarian structures. Like, I disagree with Marx. Change will not come primarily from the proletariat. Change will come from the lumpen proletariat, which he lambasts in his book, the ragged proletariat, those who are not actively involved in the labor process, because those are the people that are disenfranchised. Those are the people who really see the corruption. We're really in that territory now. 1984, all those dystopian novels, Brave New World, I loved them because they showed that somebody had the foresight to see this is something bad that could happen. But even in those books, there are ways out. There are people that see the hope. There are people on the fringes that are able to break through it. And just the fact that these books were written makes me believe that that cannot happen in our world. But people are trying to do that. And it's a lot of time the people who are trying to do that blame other people for trying to do that. That's not the case. It's clear as day. Who runs America? The people with the money, for Pete's sake. It's very easy. And any religious or ethnic affiliations they might have are secondary. They're just people who are attached to wealth. And I don't blame that for that. And I don't think that we should eat the rich. I think we should eat the riches. And what's the real riches? Not the money. So back on fasting. This was a big interlude. And you can see why making all of this digestible in a book has been very difficult for me. I should relax. I can communicate to you calmly. I'm very nervous because I'm very aware of all of the things that are off kilter in this, and I'm compensating through humor, and I can be calm and let things be. This is very embarrassing. Okay. Being able to give up the things that we don't need, showing them that we cannot be bought, is an important thing. And I would encourage broad fasting. It is known that boycotting, it's a personal choice. Like, I know that me being a vegan isn't stopping cows from being separated from their children, or male chicks being slaughtered in the hundreds, but I don't want to participate in it. And it grosses, I can't give money to those people, even if my contribution to them would just be a penny. And how do we make change as a community, fasting as a community, from evilness, purifying ourselves, not for like some afterlife, except in the sense that we're purifying the world through purifying ourselves and not partaking in unethical consumption in capitalism, which it all is, and just doing the bare minimum. That in combination with striking. Striking does not kill companies, but it takes them to their knees. It reminds them, you need us. You are a system we invented to help us, and when you don't help us, we can choose to leave. Fasting as a community, prayer as a community, faith as a community. And lastly, tithing. I believe that it's a great idea that, this is something that's from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. If philanthropy, charity is a joke, it's a band-aid for a system that fundamentally does not work, but in the meantime, while we're still trying to break out of that system, although I would encourage more people to live on the fringes. I'm obviously speaking from a home right now, but I'm trying to learn and grow. My hero is Diogenes. Well, one of my heroes is Diogenes, if that gives you a hint for what I'm going through. I believe that the lumpen proletariat will create change if you know the type of people that I want to associate with and who I want to give a voice. Well, not that they don't have a voice already, but who I want to enlarge their voice and make them a known, recognized part of the world in ways that they aren't right now. They are the disenfranchised people. Giving what we can to support those that we want to succeed. It is charity. And I would like it that the systems that we make allow people to be charitable and allow people the strength to take care of themselves instead of encouraging competition. So giving tithes to organizations that can do that. And if you make no money, you don't have to give them your money, but giving to people who you believe are going to take care of you, like hippie bullshit that I love. We're all one family. We're all one world. We're all one existence. We share one mind in a lot of ways. We are one mind in a lot of ways. The solipsistic God, that I find it very funny. Okay, off topic. On topic, hippie bullshit that we want to take care of one another. We love our children, we love our families, and even if for creatures that don't feel love, like as part of their biology, like snakes are common to eat their young, I feel like logically speaking, it makes sense, and this is something that's going to be in my book about what is the real worth of a person, what makes you good when you don't even know that you exist, and like what are the intricacies of that. Having faith, no, not even having faith. Well, what is having faith except knowing that? I'm going to post this video and I'm going to be so embarrassed. I've said a lot of weird things on this channel, so hey, what's new? It's just it's been a while since I've done it. Speaking to strangers is a lot different than speaking to a crowd, you know? Because I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. Yeah. Knowing that the right thing to do is to give what you can and take what you can, which I guess is the Marxian thing, which I guess is the golden rule, which doesn't actually come from Christianity. And believing that we can function better together. All right. That's my idea how to be good religious person while being secular. Have a lovely day.